Hey guys, this is Impact Hall of Famer Gail Kim, and you are watching the Countdown City WrestleCast.
What's up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC, and with me this week are Mike.
Oh, hey, what's up?
And Tommy.
Yeah.
One is playing Link's Awakening, the other is playing Super Metroid. Tina's kind of working over there, doing a little bit of hashtag math stuff, but she's keeping an eye on Raw, recording this on Monday. So if we ever find out who the third member of Street Profits is, she'll let us know.
This is the craziest intro for a show we've ever done.
Yes, we is.
I'm sorry, the show started?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it did a few minutes ago.
Oh.
So
I'll be here.
no Storm tonight. Our Twitter account is at @CCG_WrestleCast. You can subscribe to the Countdown City Geeks YouTube channel.
Yeah, by the way, what is this that I miss a weekend or miss a show when the Undertaker shows up?
It was scary as hell, dude. He just appeared in the corner over there. We didn't even know what was going on.
Oh, man, that was freaky.
It was.
The funny part is once we stopped recording, the lights didn't flicker at all anymore. The storm just kind of passed.
I know.
So,
I got home and nothing. I was actually mad.
that being said, to everyone that was affected by the tornadoes in North Dallas and South Padre Island, we are thinking of you. I have family in both areas, and I hope that everyone's okay, that everyone got through it, and that the recovery efforts are not too crazy, and that you guys recover and get back on your feet soon. So,
Indeed.
Yep. Today, what's up? Okay.
Yeah.
You want to save if you want.
We paused at the same time.
Everybody save here.
Yeah, I did.
Today we're going to be recapping Impact Bound for Glory.
It's a file one, right?
Very funny. Very funny. There you go.
I just realized what he said.
All right. All right. Anyway.
How do I?
There's somebody.
Hello. Oh, my God.
There's a lesson on how to turn the switch off. So.
Yeah, sorry, all of us don't have fancy things.
I want to switch so bad, but.
And then we'll just.
What are you switching to?
So, Bound for Glory was an amazing show.
I saw clips, but I hadn't. Full disclosure.
Saboteur
is messing with the.
Babe,
Nacho.
Did you get Nacho? My cat.
This water bottle's full. No, I'm just kidding.
There he goes.
Wait, run away. Anyway. Impact Bound for Glory.
I saw, yeah.
I think we're good here.
Yeah, we're good.
What a show. This they did confirm this is the last Impact pay-per-view of the year, but this is a great way to lead right into the Access TV era.
Yeah.
And a stacked card, it did not disappoint.
My picks were horrible.
Yeah, they were. With such a good show, but they actually had to cut a match out because some of the other ones ran long. So the 6-man tag match got cut out.
What?
So, but by the time this gets released, they are going to put that match because we're recording this on a Monday. Access TV is going to have the first like a This Is Impact special tomorrow on Tuesdays, kind of running down some highlights from this pay-per-view. And they're going to have the 6-man tag match as well on that show.
That's cool.
Nice.
Then the actual weekly episodes will begin the following week on October 29th. So, looking forward to it, man. They're filling the
How
void by
long are
Tuesday.
they going to be? Hour, 2 hours?
I think 2 hours.
2 hours.
Which is what they've been running on Pursuit and Twitch. So
And they don't have to wait for like the season finale of Suits or any other show?
No. The beauty of the Access TV deal, I like that.
That was good.
The beauty of the Access TV deal is that Anthem owns the station.
Yeah.
And this is the first time in a long time they have some stability on a TV station. So
Yeah, absolutely.
and they have a TV station that's gonna appreciate them.
Yeah.
And as I understand it, they are still going to keep the Twitch channel active because obviously for some people that have carriers that don't have Access TV, you can still watch the shows on Twitch. So
I also heard that actually New Japan.
I think that's awesome. Like,
yeah,
they're
that is.
keeping it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I know it's kind of. I know we're gonna talk about it later, but I think New Japan's still doing business with Access too.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh yeah, they are keeping it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they heard they're keeping their deal. Like this didn't change that at all.
Yeah, and we'll get to that later because we're gonna have some New Japan news. But as far as Bound for Glory, there was a lot to like and not a whole lot to dislike on this show. Now you guys didn't get to see it. You saw some highlights.
So
Yeah, no, I've seen highlights too. I just haven't had a
So,
chance to see it all the way through.
From the highlights you saw, what stuck out with you? Things that you enjoyed from it?
I don't know, but enjoyed. But Ace Romero taking the ladder bump
Oh,
was
God, that was scary.
insane.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
watching that live, I was like, oh my God, please don't die. That's a big dude, 400
Yeah.
pounds on a ladder.
Not to go off too much on the side, but to him and to what's his name from Heavy Machinery,
Yeah.
respect for taking
Oh
your
my
shirt
God.
off because
Yeah.
I don't think
Some
I've
big
taken my
boys.
shirt off in public since like middle school.
I-
And more power to you guys because
That
you know,
bump
big
was
men.
that bump was nasty. I saw him on the ladder, and I saw Tessa get up. I was like, "Oh no, please don't do it! Please don't do it!" And what scared me the most is he stuck his foot and put out on the rope and missed. Still somehow managed to hit the table, and I thought oh my god, this guy's got to be dead. But man, and he tweet of the night because later on
I'm still
they posted the highlight. I'm still alive. And
I saw that
I
during
couldn't
the
help
night.
but laugh.
That's
man.
amazing.
Much respect to AC Romero. He was a recent signing too. He put in that match.
I think the night before, wasn't he?
I believe so. And he was because the last qualifying match that they're having on Impact ended up being a double count out. So neither one qualified. And they just threw AC Romero in there. So Sabu and I forget who he wrestled. They just got thrown into the call your shot battle.
And
I go ahead.
No good.
I was gonna say I can't believe I was so amazingly wrong the whole night. I was even wrong about Ace Austin winning that match. I was like, what the frick? What was I right about this whole night?
That was a hell of a finish.
One thing apparently, Tom.
Yeah, I was right
yeah.
about one thing.
Yeah. Jesus, that finish was crazy to that match because OVE got involved and they really pushed the thing about Tessa just trying to take out OVE. She did everything she could, took OVE out one way or the other. Got up there. Jake Chris, who had been knocked out, got up there, and then she threw him down through the table. You're like, oh my God, Tessa's going to do it. Tessa's going to do it. We're out of our seats. And then here comes Ace Austin. And it was just like, no. So it was a great tease. We thought we were going to see history.
Yeah.
But man, great heat on Ace Austin for that one.
Oh yeah, that's how
I-
you make a heel right away.
I've seen some people though, just and see what y'all think about this. Do you think they have to be careful about teasing, putting Tessa over in the big time? Can they not do that too much before people are like, it's never going to happen, and they kind of start sour? I feel like they've teased it. You know, they teased it with the match with
Sammy Callahan.
with Callahan. You know, teased it here. I think we all kind of feel like we kind of mentioned this last week that like they're heading toward maybe getting the title on her eventually. But do you think they have to be careful of too many missed shots?
I think so, and I think the X Division would be a good place to start. for her
That's
carrying
what
that
That's
title.
one of the reasons why I think we all thought. So
I'm of the opinion of yes and no. Yes, in terms of you want to do it too much, but no in terms of I've seen other promotions do it and it still works. My first immediate thought is Ring of Honor, CM Punk, and Samoa Joe's series. It's like, you know, everyone thought the only person who could beat Joe was Punk, and then out of nowhere Austin Aries beats him, and then then Punk beats Aries, and then another one was Jay Briscoe who fought literally everybody who had held that belt and never beat any of them for it until finally the whole ROH versus Scum storyline came up and he beat Kevin Steen, pretty free and clear. I think you can do it long term, and then when people like least expect it, do it. I mean. They did it to Mick Foley. I think everyone did it to Mick Foley. Honestly, I don't think it was just WWE. I think F at the time. I think Mick Foley was put on the almost cusp of it for decades with everybody, and WWF was ironic as this is the only ones brave enough to pull that trigger.
that's true. Does the X Division champ still have? Is it Option C or what is it?
Yes.
Called?
That's only at Destination X, I believe, or is it?
It's only.
Yeah, I think.
Destination X. Well, I want to say.
Or can they just do it anytime?
I want to say they could do it anytime because didn't Cage challenge for the title off Option C last year at Bound for Glory?
Oh,
trying to
I think
remember.
you're right. I think you're right.
Just because before last week, that's one of the things I read that people were thinking they were going to pull is have her win that.
Yeah,
And pull an
have
Option
Sammy
C.
win, and then
that was my
Yeah.
honestly that was my thought. If Sammy had won and she had won, I was like, okay, Tessa has to take Option C at Hard to Kill,
Right.
Which would have been awesome. So. Hard to Kill. That is the first pay-per-view announced for 2020.
nice.
I like that name.
that's a great name,
I can't lie. I was like, okay, I like the name.
All they've said is January. No date officially yet, but we do know it's going to be in January, and I'm really already looking forward to it. Now, match of the night. We've talked already a lot about the X Division ladder match. It definitely was our match of the night, 68%. One thing I am going to note about Impact, their social media presence is unbelievably great.
Yeah.
Honestly, better than
that's-
WWE in my opinion.
I think
So-
that's because that's where they realized they had to survive.
But this is the thing is like, we put these match of the night polls out after every show.
Yeah.
And obviously, when you're working social media, you want to get it out right after. That's when people are hot. That's when people are checking.
Yeah.
And within 5 minutes, we had 40-something votes on that match of the night poll.
Oh, nice.
It was amazing how quickly that just flowed through. We had some comments. with the options we had there, people were saying, "What? No Elgin versus Marufuji?" And I was like, "They only give us 4 options, and it sucks."
Marufugu.
Marufuji. Huh?
Did y'all see that?
What?
Apparently there was some production errors on the names.
Yeah.
And supposedly he came out and said Marufugu, like
Oh my
F-U-G-U.
gosh. Spell
And
check,
then,
people.
Russo!
And then
If there's one weakness
I don't know
Impact
whose fault
has,
it
they're
was.
the
I
production
just-
issues.
well,
Yes.
well,
I don't know whose fault it was. Just Vince Russo's the first thing that came to mind.
Jordan Grace actually tweeted out, "Hey guys, we have a new production team that's just started. Give them a break, basically."
oh man.
Oh man, it's bad.
Yeah.
Your talent has to save your life.
But I was going to
there.
say, we know what JC got excited about.
We're talking about Joey Ryan.
Oh yeah,
Dude, the Call Your Shot Gauntlet Battle Royal was awesome. There was a lot of surprises in that.
Oh, go ahead.
Joey Ryan was the first one. And what I really enjoyed this about Battle Royal, it was intergender because the stipulation is if you win it, you can challenge for any title in Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
So women that did get involved, Jessica Havoc, Rosemary, Jordan Grace, Kira Hogan, and a big surprise, Kylie Ray.
That was very shocking.
Which was awesome. And yes, my daughter loves Kylie Ray because she happened to see that. So she already loves Kylie Ray. That
She came out and she was like, "Who's that?"
yeah.
nice.
And Swoggle. Yes.
I like.
Swoggle made an appearance.
Okay, so here's the thing with Swoggle. I get that some people don't like him, but I've met him before. I think it's just one time. But see, no. But here's the thing. Even if he gets on your nerves, like character wise, if you meet him and talk to the guy, he's really a pleasant guy to talk to,
yeah.
and it becomes very hard to ever dislike him. Anything, immediately everything you didn't like about it, you blame everyone else for. Oh, that wasn't his fault. He just put in that.
Tommy,
spot.
what's going to happen if you meet Brock Lesnar one day?
I don't know. I might get punched in the face, honestly.
Well, no, because you always.
I've heard what you see is what you
After
do.
you meet wrestlers, you always seem to not want to be mean to them, and I feel like that would be one.
I don't know if that'll happen with him.
I don't think Brock's the kind of guy to meet people.
Yeah. So I doubt I ever will. So
Yeah. Joey Ryan, back to him. What a debut. And yes, it was all full on, touch it, everything that he does on the indies with it, everything with bar wrestling.
I think it's Scott D'Amore and Don Callis don't care. So
No, but they had one of the funniest comments because they did the spot where it was a chain of guys all getting deflipped, and Don Callis says, "I don't know if he's gonna be able to get it up up enough or something like that. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get him up."
Don Callis,
he pulled it off and eliminated 2 people with the deflip. So
Don Callis' commentary is amazing. Well, see, you see him being back in Impact doesn't surprise me because that's where I was like used to seeing him a lot anyway. Like if you get a major promotion, and I think Impact kind of has enough of the let's just to see what happens kind of mentality going on right now.
Did you see his tweet from today, Joey Ryan?
Which
No,
one
what
he
he said.
said
He
today?
says, he tweeted, he's like, "Man, I'm going to be real nervous about Al Snow and all of them reviewing my performance next week."
Oh,
Hashtag gut check. I was like, that's awesome.
I think Taz retweeted that. I did see that. I mentioned that.
That's amazing.
That's hilarious. Beauty of it is, after the show, he did sign a multi-year deal with
Right.
Impact Wrestling, and the
Yeah.
beauty of this deal is that he is still allowed to work independent dates.
And that was a big thing.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep his character, work his independent dates. He does run bar wrestling, which is a big thing for him. So, very happy for that. So, we were wondering when he was going to show up on AEW, and then now that you think about it, Impact is a pretty good spot for him.
I just can't wait for all the people who don't like him and don't like Orange Cassidy to lose their collective minds of the fact that they're going to have to see them both on TV at least once a week.
Look, Impact. I'm going to say this much: Impact is fast becoming the promotion that Jim Cornette's going to hate.
Oh
We
my
already know
God!
he doesn't
Yes.
like Joey Ryan, and we already know his history with Sami Callihan, which is one of the greatest videos on the internet when Sami just went up and just, bitch slapped basically on the commentator table. I really love that. So, as far as the Gauntlet Battle Royal, was really awesome. Eddie Edwards entering number 1 and winning the whole thing. So, what title he's going to challenge for remains to be seen.
He's actually scheduled for Japan pretty soon too.
Yeah, so we'll see where he goes, what he goes after, what these TV tapes are going to bring out. So, as far as our picks, another thing I'm impressed with is Ken Shamrock and Moose was better than I thought it would be. Because Shamrock held his own.
Yeah.
I will say that much.
Should have won.
Dude is still ripped, man.
Yeah. I figured Moose was going to win, but I knew Shamrock. I think Shamrock knows how to put the younger guys over. I mean,
Yeah.
he's like at the end. He's like getting towards the end of his career. So
And another surprise of the night, RVD turned on Rhino. Yeah, it was a interesting story because RVD was getting frustrated with everyone else in the match doing his moves, including Willie Mack hitting a frog splash when RVD was set up for one, and he was just starting to get frustrated, so he just attacked Rhino. So,
Some old ECW heat, brother.
pretty much, I guess.
And actually, I would love it if they worked that in because that was the match we never got.
Really? Never
The-
got
okay, so
never happened at ECW?
No, because well, not for the title because they
Oh.
wrestled before, but like they teased in the last ECW pay-per-view, Rhino had just made Sandman force him into a match for the world title. He beat Sandman, and then RVD came out to challenge him, and then Jerry Lynn jumped RVD from behind, and we never got that one last match between those two. And I don't think any promotion ever did it after that. I don't think they ever got the one last match between those two to settle that once and for all.
Maybe we'll get that.
Yeah.
Pick results: Tommy 1-5.
Dope.
Tina and Mike went 2-4,
Eh.
and then right here 4-2.
Wow, Mr. Impact.
That's right.
Guess we'd
right.
call you an Impact player.
Sure.
That actually wasn't okay.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Hashtag
ECW,
Impact player, yeah. On to our WrestleCast ratings for Bound for Glory. 0 to 5, 5 being WrestleMania 17, 0 being December to Dismember. Tommy, you had the worst picks of the week, so you get to put your rating in first.
You know what? I'll give this show I'll give it 4.5. Not quite perfect, but I mean, this is their big show going into the next era, and I think I can't call it perfect yet, but I can see where, I mean, God, compared to like what 8 years ago to today, if I was comparing it on that scale, I'd give it a 5 outright.
The immediate post AJ Styles era kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, because okay, this is the Impact when they were just did not know what they were doing at all, like had no direction. But now they actually have a direction. They have men and women in there who actually once again care about the company and are willing to do whatever they can. And as much as I wanted Sami Callihan to win, I kind of get why they didn't have him win. But I would like to see him win. But yeah, 4.5 for me.
All right. Mike, what about you?
4.25.
Okay.
Pretty similar on the stuff I've seen. It seems like a pretty solid effort, like you said, to get them started into their kind of new era. But again, like we've talked about some of the other promotions, I feel like they're on the path to do a lot better things. So I think they're, with a little bit of build-up and sometime next year, maybe 2 years, can get that pay-per-view that will be pretty close to a 5, if you will. So it seems like a solid start. Hopefully they just keep building and don't get into some of the problems they have in previous regimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4.25 for me. Also, a lot of the same reasons you guys did. As far as problems they get into, I don't foresee that coming. I think
You hope so, yeah.
You hope, and this deal that they have with Access TV, because Anthem owns
Right.
Access, they finally have some stability. I think I mentioned before there was an employee who's been with Impact since the TNA days, and he said this is the first time he's worked there that he finally feel they have some stability. So they're in a good spot. This pay-per-view showed a lot of promise that this promotion is going to go far.
Yeah.
Even into the main event, which we hadn't even talked about yet, Brian Cage and Sami Callihan. Now, before the show, they basically made it known Cage has requested this be a no DQ. And we all figured OVE is going to get involved somehow. But Tessa took them all out, so Cage was honestly impressive. Sammy had a great video promo before, which was awesome.
Yeah, his
Worth the
promo
watch.
for this show was really great.
Yeah. Brian Cage came out dressed as Weapon X, and even his claws came into parole as he busted Sammy open. So they both were bloody, no DQ, and Cage dominated most of this match, actually.
Because that rage
So-
over him hitting his wife.
Yeah, and his wife came out to celebrate. Kind of an awkward moment because he's got blood on his face. He gives his wife a kiss. She's got like a little blood mark here on her, just squashed on there. But that was a pretty powerful moment. But from what I've read, they are not done with this Cage and Sammy story yet. And they're really, for all we know, we could be seeing this built up again into Hard to Kill.
So, I mean, it seems like maybe Tessa is going to join him to help fight OVE, and then
I think
maybe
so. That could be a good spot for it as well. Tessa's on a one-woman mission to take down OVE. Although I think there was a moment in the ladder match, she was working a lot with what's his name? I have it here. Daga. And if they, honestly, the two of them, if they do so well with this OVE storyline, I could see the two of them tag teaming. Not that Tessa needs a tag team partner. But
I think they're dating in real life, I think.
okay, well, they were great as a tag team, even for the few moments that they had in the ladder match. So that'd be pretty awesome to see.
Yeah.
So looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the future of Impact, especially for 2020. It's going to be a big year. Starting off in January, I'm looking forward to that pay-per-view. So.
Oh, yeah.
Now, some other wrestling news, and this is a hefty bit of New Japan news we got here. So
I'm gonna go back to this one.
Put that down. This is important.
we'll start with.
So they don't have partners. It's weird.
Okay,
Huh.
maybe they'll reveal it later. All right,
Raw's
get a
weird.
Street Profits update.
Maybe
from
it's
Tina.
literally the smoke.
The smoke. All right,
Can't
After
see
all, we want
the smoke.
the smoke.
New Japan Pro Wrestling. You have mentioned Stardom many times before on this show through your 1 minute warning and other things, and New Japan has stepped in and bought Stardom. Now, is this like they own a majority or they own it completely? What
I
is the deal
think
with that?
this is they own it completely, from what I've understood. So
Okay.
how it's been talked about is the owners of Stardom were being courted by Bushiroad, which is the parent company of New Japan, and ironically enough, WWE. WWE is really trying to get their NXT Japan off the ground. The problem is that's not happening because a lot of these Japanese
Noah
companies.
said not no, but hell no.
Yeah, a lot of Japanese companies are like saying, Vince, you can go and you can fill in the blank there, but because I'll get to the other company that did that in a minute. But no, for Stardom, they're considered the premier Joshi, which is Japanese female wrestlers, Joshi promotion in Japan. And they do just fine. Like they do great in ticket sales. They're usually like pretty overcrowded, if not sold out for an event, and everything. But they were being courted for people to like buy and promote them more. WWE did offer. Bushiroad offered as well. Of course, one thing that helped Bushiroad is they're based out of Japan. And the idea is it could give Stardom not only more of a greater following, but could get them maybe have them at
Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom, New Japan events, because they still run their own thing. It's like, from what I understand, they're not just going to be like just the women's division. I understand they're still going to do their own shows, so they're going to do their own thing, but they can potentially join New Japan and on their major shows as well, and vice versa. Because and that's good because like Minoru Suzuki, Naomichi Marufuji have showed up in Stardom before. And wrestled the female talent, so it wouldn't be unheard of for I could almost bet money Ryusuke Taguchi would be on that show at some point, and just a chick just kick his ass. I can see that happen immediately.
Yeah, it's perfect timing too. Wrestle Kingdom is 2 nights this year,
Yeah,
so you got to have a Stardom presence, I would think, with 2 nights of back-to-back matches.
and
so.
part of me thinks this is why that's happening in the first place. They were already building up towards that. Like
Okay.
they do secret deals all the time, and when they announced for 2 nights, I was like, either they're gonna have a lot of guys pulling a lot of double duty, or they're gonna be working with other promotions to really pull that thing off. So
Do you think we could see some American women working Wrestle Kingdom?
absolutely, yeah,
Absolutely?
absolutely,
Okay.
yeah. Because B Presley is the current Stardom champion.
Oh, okay.
She's the World of Stardom, I think is the name of their world title. Yeah, she recently even defeated Hana Kimura to retain. So yeah, because I know Tony Storm used to be there. I think Viper used to be there. What happened? We're in suspense.
Kevin Owens just came out.
Okay.
Oh,
And
Kevin.
Stunned AJ.
Yeah, gave AJ center.
I like it.
Nice.
So Kevin Owens wants to smoke.
All right. There we go.
Canadian smoke.
Owens wants to smoke.
Did Kevin Owens come out with the cup though?
No, he didn't come.
Okay.
Oh,
Anyway, sorry to interrupt your Stardom comment.
that's all good.
He
Yeah.
ran in and helped them, and now I think looks like Street Profits are about to win.
Just so we're clear, I'm watching this off the reflection.
I've
up
seen it now
there.
too. I was like, how is
Yeah.
Mike watching it? I was like, oh, okay, there it
I
is.
can kind of see it now that you guys.
Street Profits won.
I wish you guys could see the
All right.
behind the scenes stuff of how all this works.
Nice.
Should I give a video of watching it off the couch?
It's hilarious. All right.
Where was I? Oh, anyway. Oh, yeah.
Not that video. Oh.
I didn't even interrupt.
That's all good.
So on to okay.
So,
That's your Stardom
but
thing.
Stardom's held a lot of, and as a matter of fact, they did a
Showing them
small
how much in Raw.
They did a small American tour once. It was mostly in L.A.
Okay.
But L.A., California, that area. But I could totally see a lot of American women going over there.
All right. Now, speaking of which, WB trying to get a foothold in Japan to start NXT Japan, which they haven't had much luck with it. New Japan announced today, New Japan Pro Wrestling of America.
What?
And it's like, no, you're not going into Japan WWE, but we're coming into America. Good God. You know, I said
NJPW said we come on, yo, bang, bang.
hashtag wrestling renaissance. I said it was happening this month, and this is even bigger. New Japan is invading, coming across the pond.
New Japan imitated Denzel Washington Training Day. I'm putting cases on all you.
Now, you sent us a funny picture in the group chat. Can you explain what this map means? Because
if this map is
I'm gonna put it up here.
Yeah. Okay. So this map is I'm not sure if it's real or not. So I will preface it that way. But what it's pretty much what it's saying so far, because like the rumor is they had like I think 16 or 17 shows this year in the United States, maybe 14.
Okay.
The how the deal's being explained is they want to double that number at least. So upwards of 20 to 30 shows in the United States. So the map that you guys are seeing now is theoretically where they want to run and how many cities they want to be in. So in the West,
here we go here. West, 6 cities, 4 states. So way over here, east above Mike's head is 4 cities, 3 states. Behind Mike is about, you duck a little bit, southeast, 6 cities, 4 states.
And mid.
Way up here, mid, 7 cities, 6 states. And then right behind me,
Texas.
Hold on. All of a sudden, this reminds me of that great Boy Meets World episode, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Feeney has to move it to the right place. So I'm like, Texas.
Texas.
Side note, all of Boy Meets World will be on Disney Plus when it launches.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but the great thing is, there is a complex here that Texas is its own country. Even Japan understands that. So,
and you can't tell, and you can't tell me Lance Hoyt doesn't have something to do with that.
And I'm sorry, if Texas is getting 4 cities, there's no way San Antonio can't be one of them.
It better be.
It better be.
It better be.
I tell you right now.
You know, Lance Archer wants to come here so he can yell at you on New Japan television.
With his new title.
And I tell you right now, I don't care where these cities are in Texas. I am gassing up my car and I am going. I don't care if one city is El Paso. Don't
forget you got to take the wife now.
Yeah, she's coming.
Yeah, she'll go. Well, she went with you to the G1.
Yeah, she went with me to G1. Yeah. But
very interested to see where this goes, though. And
yeah.
We mentioned Access TV. Access TV could potentially be the home of...
I hope it's gone. He's just putting in the thing.
It doesn't matter.
Access TV could potentially be the home for Impact and New Japan of America.
Yeah.
So we could have 2 American-based promotions, 2 U.S.-based promotions on Access TV.
Well, see, part of me thinks the one reason why... if like I said, if this is accurate and they come to Texas, is because the reception they got in Dallas. Now, okay,
it's huge.
I will admit, of course, the stadium wasn't completely full up and everything. But in our defense, when they went to like LA and everything, it wasn't really full there either. But honestly, I think the noise we made in that building that night, especially for Tiger Hattori when they announced he was retiring, the ovation in there was ridiculous. It was like you know how the fans would get for Okada and Tanahashi. Yeah, that ovation made sense. It's essentially the match of the century, and we got it in our state and right in front of our faces. But for Tiger Hattori, like who many people really knew him, but still out of respect for the fans who were applauding him, the whole building gave him a standing ovation. So that probably played a big factor in it. And and another thing I think really helped was the lines for the meet and greets. I went to the meet and greet when I met Ishii, Tana, Kota, and Kenta. And the lines for the meet and greets were ridiculous. They were out the door.
Was it one line to meet all of them, or you had to meet individually?
You could do all of them if you wanted. If you got it in time. But see, even that was sold out. The package to meet all 8 of them, the full package was completely sold out. All of those were gone by the time I tried to get one of them. And even for some of the Sonata was sold out. Naito was way sold. Naito was sold out like the day of.
I'm sure. I believe
it. And there were a couple of us who sold out later, but just the response for the meet and greets, their merchandise tables were just stuff was flying off the shelf. By the time the night was over, their merchandise shelves were bare bones. What was left? It was the only thing that was left were the displays, and even that was for the shirts that you could just get online. For the shirts for the event, those things were gone for the show was midway through. Yeah.
How awesome is to see the New Japan logo with an American flag over it, though, too.
That's pretty
Yes.
damn cool.
Yeah. I'm hoping that that might be my next purchase from ProWrestlingTees.com.
From a storyline perspective, I know this is a whole AEW New Japan thing, but could we see a final conclusion to Moxley versus Juice, or maybe some sort of them appearing on each other's pay-per-views?
I still
if
think
this works out.
I still think there is a possibility of New Japan would do business with AEW. I don't. I think the only reason why they didn't do it now is because they're just a little miffed with how everybody did what they did. But at the same time, New Japan, the only grudge they still have is with Impact, and I think they might get over that soon now with Access and everything.
Well, they kind of have to, right? They're sharing a TV station, different ownership.
They were mad because of how Impact back in the day treated Okada.
Oh yeah, well.
They figured
we talked about that before, but
they figured, we did. Then that's why they're like still mad. But now I think now, well, because I think they're getting a new president again. I think New Japan is getting a new president pretty soon, and so they're just gonna work some stuff around and you're gonna expand to the U.S. market. But the thing is, there's no chance they have any shortage of guys in the United States they just can't get for random shows. I mean,
Ryan.
I think Jordan would be hilarious in New Japan. Are you kidding me? I would like to see Tomohiro Ishii just be like, "What am I actually looking at?"
Yeah, I just want to see him do it to Okada once. Looking forward to it. Wrestling Renaissance. It is a great time to be a wrestling fan. That's really what it's all about. So,
and according with this news, when we mentioned that WWE tried to buy Stardom, they also tried to buy Noah?
Yeah, I heard about
Yeah.
that.
And
To start in NXT Japan.
Yeah, and Noah said,
No.
"Nah, we're good."
No.
Noah.
They said no.
They said no. Oh.
and I think the funny part is, I think the interesting part is they let Kenta go, thinking he was going to go back to Noah, and their plan, if they were planning all along, was just to purchase Noah anyway and have him under contract. Well, that failed because he didn't even go back to Noah.
Not only did he not go back to Noah, Noah said, "Hey, we'll buy you guys." They're like, "Nah, we're good."
Yeah, and then, for all we know, we could see Kenta back on American soil.
Yeah,
New Japan of America. So.
and also, one reason I read that Noah did that was because they're trying to rebuild themselves back up with being the number 2 brand again, which they did a pretty good job of. I know with their new champion, with Kaito Kiyomiya as their champion and Keno, and this show coming up, I'll talk about that in 1 minute warning. That's one reason they're really, and the GHC National Championship and everything.
Okay. Well, before we get to 1 minute warning, a little update on the Wednesday Night War ratings. AEW Dynamite dropped a little bit.
Yeah.
Down to 1.014 million viewers. It's down from 1.14 million the previous week. NXT lost a little bit. They're down to 712,000 viewers, down from 790,000. Their ranking among the key demographic, 18 to 49. AEW was actually ranked number 5 that week, while NXT was down number 30.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm kind of sad that not many people watch AEW because that match between Jericho and Allen was killer, man. Actually, the whole night was full of just great matches.
we said it too. I thought that match was going to make Allen a star, and it damn well did.
It
really did.
I really appreciated how he just was taking all those bumps and like
With the handcuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
and of course, it's wrestling, but that brief moment of glimmer of hope where you thought he could pull it off. Dude.
But yeah, even going in your mind, you're thinking, dude, would they really do this to ruin Cody versus Jericho?
That's when wrestling's the best. though.
Yeah,
You
Because
really
you don't
do
know.
stop. You're like, oh shit, oh yeah.
When he was climbing that top rope, I was like, are they really gonna do this?
He did tweet out later when they were promoting Cody versus Jericho. It's like, I don't care who wins. Cody, let's finish what we started. Jericho, let's
I
do
did
this
see
without
that.
all your inner circle interfering.
Yeah.
And hell, I add him to the match and make it a triple threat and then shock the world because I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I also did like, I know how we talked about before, like how Riho still new, but I liked her match with Britt Baker. I thought that was really solid technical wrestling in that one, and like her reversal and everything was just textbook great to me.
Now, I have heard some people say, "Oh, I don't like it. There's no psychology." It's like,
I disagree with that.
For
though,
those,
but, yeah.
for those that shit on AEW because they don't really get it or they don't understand it, they're so in tune to WWE and that sort of thing where it's the promos and storytelling. I will say this: for so many years, people that maybe are hesitant to watch AEW, I say give it about a month.
Yeah.
Watch it consistently for a month and see if you can understand it. Because at this point, as far as mainstream TV goes, we have been so, brainwashed into a certain formula that you have to have promos and skits and matches and all this stuff. The way WWE kind of does their television, commercial breaks in the middle of matches, even.
Yeah.
And this whole sort of build up, this sort of thing, everyone's used to that. Some things are predictable, how you have an influence on it.
Some things.
Yeah, I know. I'm being nice here. Anyway, AEW is the alternative to that. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, and that's on both ends. If you don't enjoy it, that's your cup of tea. But I'm just asking, hey, give it a chance. You might find there's aspects of it that you do enjoy. I will say when TNA first launched, I wasn't completely keen on it. The 6-sided ring looked awkward, but it kept my interest because it was unique. And there are some aspects of AEW that are very, very unique that I really do enjoy.
I do think that people are too critical, and this is me preaching to the choir, choir being myself. For one thing, it's like so like one of the biggest criticisms I hear is like no one they don't like JR, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur on commentary. I do.
Why? They're great.
Yeah, I do, and I think they're great. But my thing is, these same people who say they don't like them now also said they didn't like Renee Young and Corey Graves, but now that they're not on Raw anymore, complain like, well, they're not on Raw, why are they on SmackDown? So it's like, you do realize you just were crapping on Renee and Corey not even a week ago. And oh my God, how people say they hate Michael Cole, but still quote him no matter what.
I got to be honest, for me, hearing Tony Schiavone was a bigger thing. Because, I mean, we've heard JR for a lot longer.
Yeah.
He's done New
After that,
Japan.
hearing Tony Schiavone, like, I was having flashbacks to Nitro, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
You know,
Because I haven't heard that
But
voice.
when Nitro was really
We
Yeah.
haven't heard him since
Good
Nitro went off
Nitro,
the
right.
air.
Yeah.
We wondered if we'd ever hear him on wrestling TV
Right.
again. So
I just
that
like
was
it.
awesome.
I just like it because all three of them, for what I think, JR's random comments just make them crack up laughing, and you can
So-
clearly hear that when they're trying to talk about.
I want to
something.
say this in the nicest way, but I feel like JR is one of those where it's like, don't meet your heroes. Because, like, I feel like the more we've kind of learned about him, not that he's a bad guy, but he's got some really odd quirks, and like
He
the
does
more
have odd
talks,
quirks.
and like if you listen to his podcast, like
his stories have got a little more risque.
I'm just
You know, since he's
I don't know
living
what
the
to tell
single
you.
life again. But yeah,
yes, that's not even something to laugh about.
I know
but-
it's not. I mean, it was very tragic, and I know,
Yeah.
but you know, I do something like that happens. He could have easily just kind of hold himself away and hit himself in the wall.
You're right.
But he
yeah.
got back out there and did it because his wife would have enjoyed that for him.
Yeah,
so.
I think at this point, like with his life and career, he's just like
He's having fun.
Yeah, he's got to find something to have fun with. So maybe you might have a point, but I think at this point he's just like, I mean,
I'm
just
not
gotta let
good or bad.
loose.
I'm just saying it's interesting.
He
Yeah.
has some great stories he tells on his podcast
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
Him and God, what's his name?
Conrad Thompson.
Conrad Thompson.
There you go.
They are great together on a podcast.
I can't
So,
remember his name either, but I was like, what is his name?
but yeah, WWE is also getting into the podcast game. Corey Graves is having a podcast coming out.
And I was like, where did that come
Yeah,
from?
someone asked him if he was going to be completely open and honest about things, or is WWE going to really push in what he's going to have to say on the podcast? And all he said in the tweet reply was yes. We'll see.
I mean, what else can you really
mean,
say to that
yeah,
question?
you-
Like how honestly can you answer that question? Like for real.
We'll see. We'll see when it debuts. What
Oh,
happens.
one more thing with AEW. What about all the Marco Stunt hate?
That's so random. It's like, okay.
Again, it's an alternative.
Yeah, okay, but for starters, okay, he's not like like super new or anything, but like, God, give him a minute, jeez.
There's so much talent in AEW that's just new
Yeah.
to TV. You got to give them a chance to see what they can do.
Well,
you know?
Well, one guy tried to say how dare people try to compare him to Rey Mysterio, blah blah blah, and then Jericho was quick to defend him and said,
Yeah.
"I knew Rey Mysterio when he was 180 pounds,
Dude,
maybe."
Do you remember what he looked like when we'd first start? Well, I mean, like when we first started, when he was in WCW,
Super
he was
skinny.
a kid.
Yeah.
Dude, but,
when he beat Kurt Angle, I got
Yeah.
beat by a 12-year-old.
but wait, go back. Well, wait, I can do you one better than that. Go back further, find old ECW footage, like
yeah.
like when he first fought Psychosis.
I'll go back further. Find old Mexico. No, I'm just kidding.
But dude, look at Rey
No, I know
Mysterio.
what you mean,
yeah.
I mean, he looks like he's about looks almost exactly as Marco Stunt, except he's wearing a lucha mask. That's
Yeah.
the only difference. So it's like when people like are insulting Marco Stunt, it's like, well, yeah, of course he looks new. Guess what?
'Cause
He's new.
People
Yeah.
you were talking about, like that were like saying, "How dare you compare him?" Someone pulled up a picture of like on the gas Mysterio. I was like, dude, that guy was on steroids for like several years of WWE.
Yeah. I don't.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
Yes,
wait,
allegedly. We don't
But
know.
I don't get like, okay. Well, I mean, it comes with the territory, I guess.
Yeah,
It's just like some of the arguments just literally don't make sense if you stop and think about it more than 5 minutes.
And I think we've all talked about it. Like, you can't just have all big dinosaur muscular men. You can't have all Hogan.
I mean, you have a Luchasaurus, but you can't have that.
No,
all
but I mean, you can't have all Hogans and Cenas and Rocks. Like,
Yeah.
especially
they can't all be there. There has
especially
to be a variety.
considering like all the Hogans and stuff of that era are like saying, yeah, we shouldn't have done half of the stuff we were doing to stay looking like
They
that.
needed.
Yes.
I mean, even though Macho Man was kind of a much, you need the difference. He was a little more athletic, a little more high flyer. Steamboat in
Yeah,
the
I was
80s.
just about to say Steamboat. Yeah,
NWA and WWF had runs. Flair was kind of a big guy, but not really compared to some of them. I mean,
yeah.
you need variety.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's like I said. That's why I like my high flying matches. I like my technical matches. I like my big brawler matches. Like I like seeing guys. Like sometimes I want to see a Mark Henry and the Big Show just like slug each other until the match. I want to see the Young Bucks and the Lucha Bros fly it up. I want to see Zack Sabre Jr. Bend someone's body to a pretzel because the human body really shouldn't go that way. But I want to see Kurt Angle's technical. I want to see all this stuff and to crap on one guy. And okay, and it's not like. And to AEW's credit, it's not like that's all they show.
Yeah, no, I know.
Because immediately what everyone thought was all they're going to show is just a bunch of high flying dudes who do that, and they don't.
Yeah,
No.
You got.
Good variety.
I mean, yes, a lot of their guys do that, but guess what? And I keep saying this: if you don't like them, there has never been a better time in human history. You can easily change the channel to watch other wrestling. Heck, you don't even need cable anymore. Get on YouTube. NWA
Get on
Power,
Twitch.
NWA Power.
that's something I want to start catching up on.
Yeah,
Yes.
dude, watch Power. It's so
Yes,
good.
I've heard
Every
really good
Tuesday,
things.
and then it's just on YouTube after
Right.
that. Just go back and watch it. Okay.
While you're on YouTube, also search for the AEW
Countdown
exclusive.
City Oh
No. Search for AEW's exclusive clip from their last tapings where we had Little Orange Cassidy pin Cody.
Oh my God, that was so good.
I love MJF,
MJF
freaking out, pissed off.
Don't you count? Don't you bet him? Don't you count three? Don't you count three? Cody, get up! Cody, get up!
They're also doing that AEW the dark matches that they show
Yes.
on Tuesday.
Yes.
Which is great. And apparently they had what was it? Omega versus Janela in
yeah.
a street
Yeah.
fight. Like,
Why
would
not?
that not be? But it's just like, why would you not put that on TV? But it's awesome the way they're doing that.
I think
great.
one reason that they do that is because I think they're trying to entice more people to just start
multiple platforms.
Yeah,
and watch
That's
it.
fine.
And you know what? And in a way, it's kind of genius because people think, well, they put this online for free. What's at the actual
actually pay
show?
for it, right?
Yes. So I get it, and because George and Omega, that was like you could main event and pay per view with that one, but I was like, okay, cool.
And who knows? Down the line, they probably will. So.
Janela is definitely one of the guys who can take losses and no one cares.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was over in that Moxley
I
unsanctioned
look.
match.
I know his win-loss record is horrible at AEW, but I still want him to get a title shot so bad.
Hey, Little Orange Cassidy has a win on Cody, so that's on his win-loss.
Hey,
record.
Cody said, buy him a ticket and put him in.
Yeah. We'll see.
That was so good.
All that now we are getting into our 1 minute warning. And Mike's, I
by
assume.
the way,
will be a
thank
little-
y'all for doing my 1 minute warning.
Did I nail it?
Yes,
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
That was the best 1 minute, 10 second, 30 second,
Oh,
5 second warning ever.
And then we get to go this week, and JC informs me of some things that I'll have to talk about now.
Well,
it's
let's
what
get
they
into
could have done
that
with Cesaro this week.
with Mike.
We need a jingle.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Maybe by the end of the year. Okay. Are you ready
Yeah.
for your Cesaro segment?
I love what you
Here we
Just go. So a couple things. I read that there was last SmackDown. First of all, there was 205 Live, which that's I thought was done. Then after that, there was a dark match. What are you doing?
205.
Oh, okay. And it was Miz and Cesaro, and the Fiend came out and attacked Cesaro, which because I thought he would attack the face, but
Never
that was
mind
cool.
that his house was just burned down.
So what they should have done is they should have had Cesaro stop the Fiend single-handedly, swing him back to the funhouse, obviously, even though it got burned down. I don't know what happened with that. But that was interesting. I mean, of all people, Cesaro, I feel like they don't do anything with him, and then you have your biggest act come and take him out. Then JC informed me, I know I'm going to be running short on time, that at Crown Jewel on Halloween night, it is Cesaro versus
Your reaction.
Mansoor. If you don't know who Mansoor is, that's
Mansoor.
because Mansoor. I want to say this in the nicest way, but they only bring him out for the Saudi shows because he's Saudi Arabian.
Yes.
And he never comes out on any other TV besides that. So what does Cesaro do? The only thing he does now, put on amazing matches, and he'll probably lose.
Yeah, you're not going to beat the guy that won the 51-man Greatest Battle Royal, which is above his 50 last a few months ago. So,
and let's not forget, this is Greatest Survivor Series.
Okay.
That's he called it that. And that was what they could have done with Cesaro this week.
And when I broke that
with
news
Mike.
to Mike, the look on your face was like,
look, yeah.
It was priceless.
Why do y'all hate him?
I don't know. Because he's
Put him
Swiss
against
and he's
Brock.
neutral.
It would be an amazing match.
Because it doesn't make Roman look strong.
Yeah.
I don't care if he loses. Put him against Brock. That would be an amazing match.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready for
Yeah, I
your
got one.
Tommy's?
We've already talked a lot about
minutes.
One day I would do something that's not Japan, I swear.
Yeah.
Not today, though. Anyway, yeah, I'm ready.
I don't hear this.
No, today it's Japan, honestly.
right.
So, whenever you're ready.
All right. Tommy, you going to say like Ikimas or something before you get started?
Sure.
All right. Ready? Go.
Come on. Okay. So, Pro Wrestling Noah, which I already mentioned.
That means here I go.
Pro Wrestling Noah, which I already mentioned. They have a major show called Noah the Best 2019 on November the 2nd. I know it's way in advance, but I'm mentioning it now because they just announced a huge legend versus legend match with Namuichi Marufuji taking on the Great Muta.
Ooh.
Yes,
boy.
And I hope there is some way to watch this show, because also on that show is Michael Elgin versus Takeshi Segura for the first ever GHC National Champion, and Kaito Kiyomiya defending against Keno. But that Marufuji Muta match has me like all the way ready. It's like I could not believe it, because Muta, of course, he only wrestles every now and again. He doesn't have to wrestle a lot anymore. He has proven himself more than enough. But that kind of match is the kind of dream match that could help Noah get back to being the for sure solid number 2 promotion again. They have been doing great shows, great sellouts and everything, and I just cannot wait to see what happens next. So yeah.
Cool. I will say this. I should have said this earlier when we were talking about Bound for Glory.
Ando Marigato.
Elgin's time in Japan has definitely shown us his wrestling style, because
For sure.
Ring of Honor Elgin versus Impact Elgin is a stark difference, and he's added a lot to his repertoire since being in Japan for so long. So it's pretty cool to see. All right.
I think Eddie Edwards is on the show. Do you think it's like a 6-man tag?
No, so a lot of Impact talent being there. Then.
Yeah, I think
cool.
they have like a not as big a deal as they have with MLW, but they kind of have like a working relationship with them. Yeah. Eddie Edwards is in a 6-man tag against with Oh, you don't know half these people, so never mind.
That's
yeah,
okay.
he's a 6-man tag.
He's in there. That's all I need to know.
Sorry, I was gonna name names. I was like, oh wait, you guys don't know who half these people are. Well, Super Crazy's in that match though.
Nice. Now, I am going to start this off by saying I found out that I have a little bit in common with Tama Tonga, because my wife and
I knew you were gonna
are avid watchers of Temptation Island, and yeah, you can go ahead and play Zelda. So, if you haven't listened yet, Tina and I joined up with Ryan and Angela from Alamo City Movie Talk and did a joint podcast talking about really great reality television. We're calling it the Island of Reality. Our first episode is on the Alamo City Movie Talk podcast. Go check it out. We talked about Temptation Island. Great show. It's just great reality TV. But Tama Tonga is an avid fan of the show. Tweeted something about what's going on in the last episode, and they used his tweet in a promo for the rest of the season. I know you reality TV fans are out there. There's some of y'all that might be closet Temptation Island fans. Mount up, man. Okay, Tama Tonga is also a fan. You got to watch it. It's great stuff. Listen to our podcast on there. Tama Tonga, if you're watching this, go check out our podcast. Let us know your thoughts as well. We will have some future ones down the line, because season 2 is already nuts. And just KB on Temptation Island.
Just the
yeah,
fact
he's the
that,
captain now.
Just the fact that Tama Tonga not only watches it, but watches it enough to tweet about it, and then for them to do another tweet, it's just like, what is life anymore? Does it make sense? It does, but not
It's damn
really.
amazing. It's damn amazing. So with New Japan coming to America, I can't wait to finally meet the dude, and we're gonna have a good 5-10 minute conversation about Temptation.
He's actually really funny. Like him and his brother are like freaking hilarious.
Oh, I can't. I hope to meet him one day.
They're
soon.
so great.
Yeah,
I hope you do.
Go check out our podcast again, Alamo City Movie Talk. It's the Island of Reality podcast. They have a lot of their movie reviews on there, but we're talking reality TV. Every few episodes, we're going to get together and just talk about what's going on with Temptation Island. And we'll talk other reality TV shows as well, because Tina and I do watch quite a few. So it makes us feel better about our own lives.
Well, reality,
and they're just fun to watch. So
yeah, reality TV can do that for you.
our Twitter account is at @CCG_WrestleCast, and of course, subscribe to our Counted City Geeks YouTube channel for more episodes. Next week we will be previewing WWE's Crown Jewel.
I'm interested, but it's like,
Yeah, I know. Yes, they
Are we?
we are. I have a feeling it's going to start like this again.
I feel it's going to be like this the whole show.
yeah. Especially when we get to the name Brock
Before we
Lesnar.
go, before that,
Yes.
I think y'all should do that because this guy cracks me up. I can't help it.
Okay, this is a Reddit post. This is from Chuck Taylor. Tomorrow.
Well, no, it's his. Well, I mean, it's a Twitter post from him.
Twitter post from Okay, it says Chuck Taylor. Tomorrow, after I pin both Young Bucks at the same time in the middle of the ring, I'm going to grab a microphone and say the S word in front of the whole world, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. Good stuff. I love Chuck Taylor. I think you posted an old video where he was wrestling an indie show with Archibald Peck, a.k.a. Robert Evans.
Oh, God.
This
I
is
think
from 2012.
Oh,
And
that dude just cracks
they
me up.
found some, like, art on a wall and just started posing for pictures in the middle of a match.
I
Great
miss
stuff.
Archibald Peck so
Yes.
much.
Yeah, I do.
R.D. Evans.
Yeah.
That
Hey.
dude was.
I love his.
I still remember the match where he won the ACW title, where he was hanging upside down and Matthew Palmer tied him up, was pouring gasoline on him.
Oh, and he
Yeah,
finally quit. Yeah,
I quit.
That was a great
I quit.
match.
That was a great
Yes.
match. That was one of my favorite matches ever.
He did a podcast. He did a the Jimmy Jacobs Doesn't Know podcast recently. Had an interview about everything that's going on, and they talk about other things as well. But he does talk about his time and why he got let go from WWE and all that stuff. Yes, he does say WWE on the podcast, even though in his video promos he bleeps that out. It's pretty hilarious. So, as for us, thanks for watching. This was a fun show.
Yeah.
Talk about it. We went kind of everywhere with it, but it was a blast. So, over here playing Super Metroid. Not very good at it either. It's
Shut up.
Wow.
Dang it.
That was pretty messed up, man.
Over here playing Link's Awakening. Are you in the second dungeon now?
Yeah.
Is Mike?
Yo, what's up? I mean, bye.
Bye. Over there, my beautiful wife Tina. Thanks for the raw updates over there, babe. And I'm JC, and as always, heels and baby faces. Remember, pro wrestling is real. People are fake. See y'all. Go Stros. Stros for fame.
So if you want to subscribe to the channel, click right here.
And if you want to watch more WrestleCast videos, I got 3 words for you. Click right here.